Yes, somebody brought the barbecue sauce. See it all over me. It's pouring. Oh my God, y'all. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for being here today. It is hot. Hopefully, everybody is sitting in the AC. Unfortunately, I'm not one of them. I mean, what little bit of AC I got in here, yeah, it's 93.6 where I'm sitting right now, and 103.3 outside. Heat index 110, 111, 111.3. Um, an hour ago, y'all, my thermometer out here registered 105.9. So if that tells you anything, with a heat index of 116, it was killing me. So let me say hi to everybody. Pam, Lori Carp, Woodsbound, welcome. There's Miss Judy, Brian, Wes, Lori, um, Cat, out and about with M&D, my Florida people. 108 there today. Heat index. Yeah, our heat index is 116. Y'all, look at here. I'm going to show you. I have my handy dandy digital thermometer right outside the door a little while ago. Right outside the front door on the ground. 124. The shop. The shop has been covered. You know, it's in all day covered. The ground temperature 104. Now that is hot. Hey, Bev, what's happening? Reverend Joe. Hang on, let me scan back down real quick here. Brian, 78. Oh, rub it in there, brother. Thanks, man. What's happening, my Joe? My friend Joe from Florida. I haven't seen him in a while. He's been working his butt off down there, evidently. So anyway, yeah, I am cooking, y'all. Bad. But getting a lot done. Uh, it's sad when Bertha has AC, and it's sad when the AC won't even hardly keep up in there. So that's telling you something. And then being on tow truck, man, you think you can get in there and tolerate that. There's Diamond Ridge. You think you can get on there and tolerate that for a little bit. So as long as you got a little bit of a breeze, a tow truck is really not that bad. But remember, you got all that heat coming off that engine and that fan blowing all that heat off that engine. So I'm kind of used to that part of it. So I usually try to do that stuff during the afternoon, um, or during the mid morning and late afternoon, should I say? And then I use Bertha doing the other stuff, during the really super hot parts. But like today, it was like, good Lord, man. Somebody slapped Mother Nature in the head and said, "Come on, woman, really?" Oh, I see Midnight Vlogs. What's happening? Welcome. I haven't seen y'all in a while. Um, Mary's over there helping Rachel. They're still trying to get the rest of their stuff, y'all. So, Jazzy, what's happening? Welcome, welcome. That's a cool name. I like that one, Jazzy. Yeah, that's what they're saying, Wes. It's supposed to be a big cool down coming, so I'm hoping. I mean, and they, a big cool down for us now. They're talking about 88, 89. You know, I'll take that versus 105, 106. Because good Lord, y'all. And Diamond Ridge, I seen Diamond Ridge pop in here. And there's Mr. Tony, my brother from another mother. So man, yeah, I am dying. Like I said, I'm sitting inside the barn. I've got two fans kicking, two ACs kicking. You know, we haven't sealed off the rest of this yet. So this back half is just still letting all the heat come in. So it's like still 93.6 in here right now. Is that my temperature? Oh no, it's 98.6. I had to throw that one in there. Um, Supposed to cool down here starting Thursday until next Tuesday. The heat dome is coming back. Man, last year at this time, y'all, As y'all know, Mary and I were out here clearing a lot of this by hand at this time of year, and I don't remember it being this hot last year. I don't know if it was because we were so excited to be here and so grateful to be here, but I don't remember it being this bad to where like you can't walk across the yard. I mean, I was out there working in the shop a little while ago, and I started getting all lightheaded and everything. And man, I thought I was going down. Mary said, asked me if I needed anything from the store, and I went out there, and I thought I was going down there too. And I was like, okay, I get it. Time to take a chill pill. Uh, I miss somebody's up here. Hey Paul, what's happening? Paul's gonna rub it in, y'all. So Brian, you ain't got nothing about rubbing it in right now because Paul's probably gonna tell me it's like 72 or some crap. But I know England, England's a small little island, y'all. So and I say small comparatively, it's small. But I mean they get a lot of ocean breezes all the way around it, so that's why it stays pretty cool over there. Like even when I was over there in the 80s, um, when I went over to England, it was really nice in the middle of summer. It was like, wow, it was amazing that it was so comfortable walking around. Now, I never went over in the wintertime, but I'm not much of a winter type of guy. So, all those skinny bones just don't take cold very well. Uh, but yeah, Brian said it was 91 today, but most of the day cloudy and thundering. Okay. 72. See, I told you, Brian. Paul could outdo you on that cooler stuff. Only 58, Paul. Wow. This is July and it's 58 degrees. Good Lord. Hey, Joe Jacobs, I will take the heat index of 103 versus the temperature of 103. Right now, 102. I will take that heat index of 103. And I'm not complaining, y'all, because I would rather take that versus the rain. So a lot of y'all will remember the video back when we first got Bertha here and I got stuck back there in the back. So I went back there. Hi, Gwen. I went back there today and just to see how dry that all was back there, and see if I could roll through there. Big Joe? Yeah, Joe, it's that hot. When the ground right outside the front door is 124, yeah, it's that hot. So anyway, I went back there today. I had to drop off this big stump back there. I was working on the J pond a little bit. So I know that's right, Daryl. So anyway, I come back through there in that one spot where I got stuck at. Right, went right through it, not a problem. So I get up on this side, start to go back, and I'll be darned if I don't hit that hole again now, and the front end just dropped off. It didn't get stuck, but it just dropped off. I was like, good Lord. Okay, I get it. There's Jay. Oh, wait, I told you I was going to remember that, and let me see if I can do it. I probably can't do it. Jonesy, good night, Mike. I probably can't remember it. Jay, tell me again what your name was again. Oh my God. I'm getting old. There's Neil. What's happening, my friend? So, Julia, that's right. Julia Granados. Did I pronounce it right, Julia? See, I knew the J part was the first name, but I couldn't remember. And now I'm going to do the name association, Julia, because my cousin that just passed away, just before my daughter passed away, she has a daughter named Julia. So I'm going to remember that. So anyway. Granados. Okay, she said I did very good. Thank you. Yeah, heavy duty life. Just so y'all know, that's Big Joe that comes around here all the time. It helps me out a lot, and awesome guy. Joe, you didn't hear that. You're supposed to plug your ears for the compliments. Did you get the email explaining? I did, Jonesy. I really did. And that was that was not what I expected. Not at all. I really thought I really thought something totally different was going to come out of that, and I was like, man, I was way off. Deserve new sun canopies. Less than 72 hours, and Big Bertha bends a corner pole. Right. So y'all caught that, right? um, I could not believe it. And I just put that thing up too, you know. And I'm backing up there, and I thought, oh, carport, forgot it's there, you know, because it's only been up a day or two. I forgot it's there, and so then when I hit it, I asked Mary, and I was like, "Did y'all hit that with a water line when you were trying to get it in there?" She's like, "No, not that I know of." And then and I was editing the video. I was like, "Oh, well, now I know what happened." But thank God it wasn't bad. Oh man. So how is Jackie anyway, Daryl? Back more. How are you, bro? Um. Anyway, sorry, I gotta get some salt in me here. You freaking dope. That's right, Cat. I will fix it. I mean, and it wasn't a bad bend. I already bent it back, and it's holding strong. Um, Now the shop part wasn't really my well. I guess in a way it was my fault, but I'll take blame for it. But I never expected that root to be that big around and go that far into the shop, you know. And Mary was out there watching too when I was pulling it back, and she didn't see it coming. It was just all of a sudden it popped loose and just tore everything up. And so, chewing on the deck, cooking lasagna on the barbecue. Wow, now that would be very cool. You know, when I was going to college, I bought this mobile home, bought a little piece of property, and it was a junk mobile home. I bought it for $500, but I bought it, moved it on the property, and of course, being the city of Gainesville the way they are, they wouldn't let me connect power, or I should say, Alachua County, being the way they are, they wouldn't let me connect power unless I changed all the outlets and everything. Well, I'm going to college. I'm a post student at this point. Um, I don't have the money to do all that. Not to mention that was back when I was young, so I really didn't know that much about that. I knew enough to get me in trouble. So, Daryl, I mean Paul. So um, I had it basically. I cooked on a grill for months. I mean, I would cook everything on that grill, like ham and beans. You know, northern beans and ham. I would cook all that stuff on a grill. So you know, this isn't like super bad to me living up here. At least I have electricity and I have uh somewhat somewhat covered anyway, and hot water. Back then, I didn't even have hot water. It was like I couldn't get any power. I didn't know anything about gas water heaters or even how to hook that up. You know, I had a electric water heater in there, and I was like, well, I got no 220, so I guess I'm screwed. Uh, no, I really didn't even know enough to keep me out of trouble back then. You know, no, I figured it out. Bellico, what's happening? Yeah, I didn't even know enough to keep me out of trouble at that point. I was that young. And it's amazing that I've turned out the way I am that I know enough now. I can fix pretty much anything. You put them in a pan. Come on, smart pants. Daryl. Oh man. So yeah, I was. You like my hookup out here, y'all? It looks like it's a little crooked, but I think it's because the camera's crooked. Oh man. But the shop is looking better. I went out there this morning and thought, I'm going to get started on the truck this morning, right? Starting to pull that out. And that was like 7:30 or so, 8 o'clock. And I got out there, right? So I get out there and I realize I don't have all of my extensions and all of my stuff, all my sockets and everything all ready for everything. So, and then I thought, you know what? This is the shop is still too disorganized for me to attempt this. Not to mention, I was sweating my tail off already at 7:30 this morning. So I was like, you know what? I am just gonna do what I can do. And I know if I get underneath that truck at this point, as much as I want to get the truck going, but I still want to not aggravate myself so bad, you know. Um, pick my battles, y'all. So um, I decided just to start working on the shop more and getting more of that dirt work set up out there, so I can get my water line in there. I figure if I can get the water line in there, then and all that, and I've got to fix the power because y'all look at my hands. This is what I've been doing. So I thought, well, if I can get that all cleared and smoothed out back there, then uh, you know, I'll just take my little bit of a break here. You know, I have to wait on a flywheel anyway. I tried to take the other one off of the other motor. I don't think it's any good either, so I don't want to take that chance. Uh, as much as I hate it already, having to do this, I don't want to take that chance because when I went to break the first bolt loose this morning, it didn't sound good. So I was like, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to take that chance and be down for another 6 months or something. You can use the bean tin for a pan also. Yeah, I mean, I would just, y'all, for northern beans and ham, I would just stick it in a pot, build me a fire in my little grill thing there, and put the cover on it and just let it sit there all day. And then I'd go to school in the morning, and I'd be at school most of the day. So I'll come home at night and feed the fire for another hour or so, and I'd have beans and ham for a couple of days. I'd have it all going on. So I have cooked pizza on the grill. I have cooked northern beans and ham. I have cooked, obviously ribs was one of my favorites. Eunice, what's happening? Yeah, unfortunately, Eunice, they're like $200, $180 some dollars for a new one. That was the cheapest one I could find, and I thought sure, being that when I bought the heads for that truck long, long time ago, I thought sure that like Parts Geek or one of them would be cheaper, but no, they're not any cheaper. They're even a little bit. They're actually just a few dollars more. So it's not much cheaper. I didn't save it. I'm not saving anything by doing that. Not to mention the shipping on it was going to be, 3 weeks. And I thought, 3 weeks? UPS comes by here every day, So, it is what it is. But it's like 180 some dollars for the right flywheel for it. And I just thought, you know what? I'll just keep waiting and I'll deal with it. And, I'm not dying right now. Grit, man, what is a grit? There's a trivia question for you. You can't say it on YouTube, but what the is a grit? What movie was that from? uh, I know, Dale, right? I know, right? I don't have a grasses, Paul. I don't have a big grasses to see that little skinny pole. Yeah, I backed up there and thought sure I was clear of that. Oh, cool, Jonesy. Yeah, I would like to see that. That would be awesome. I meant to respond to you on that email too about that, and Needless to say, I was trying to get out there and get busy, and that was it. But you know how that goes. Then my blonde kicked in, man. I didn't have my shoulder pads on. It almost knocked me out. uh, but anyway, uh, so anyway, I got all that back there nice and clean, and that's all looking really good now. The water line is over there towards the garden now. Mary's tomatoes are coming up really sweet. Peppers are looking a little droopy because they're, oh, I know. And Stanley, at least on a 96, unless it's well, if it's four-wheel drive, then yeah, that really sucks. But if it's two-wheel drive, then it's not bad. You know, you can drop the cross member on that one and just, you can drop the whole transmission right out in your lap or just slide it back. You know, you can pick that one up. That 4L80, you ain't setting that bitch on your chest. I'm sorry. You are not setting that dog on your chest at all. I promise you. Yeah. I don't care how much of a man you think you are not setting that 4L80 on your chest. In a Ford Escape titanium all-wheel drive. I feel for you on that one. Yeah. I have done a little bit of work on a Ford Escape one time, the all-wheel drive one, and next one, no, never. Two starters, actually. The first starter I did on it, I hated it. The second one, the guy loved me so much and thought I did such a great job. He had his friend that had one, calls me up and says, hey, would you put a starter in mine? I said, no. Right? I agree with you, Midnight Vlogs. I agree with you. First and last one. There's Frosty's Garden Adventures. Yeah, I don't blame you a bit. No, I'm not doing it. I told that guy. The same thing with the F-150. So, come on's girlfriend now, you know, she's got an F-150. So these people, they charged her like $400 or $500 to replace the ignition switch on her Ford F-150. And when they were telling me about this, this was going on, I was like, it's not the ignition switch. I've already been down this road with F-150s. It's the starter. They can test fine all day long, but they have a glitch to them starters, and some days they work great, some days they'll test out fine, and other days they're just junk. So yeah, so I told her that. No, Rick, I didn't actually fix Sean's car, but I told him how to do it and was right there with him the whole time. $1,400, yeah, I don't blame you. I would have probably charged him more than that for that if I'd have done that. Hell no, because I think I charged that guy like $500 or $600 for the starter, but he was getting quotes a lot higher than that. Buy a Ram and you won't have the problems. I agree. Daryl, hook me up with a Ram. Yeah, so I told her that. I said, yeah, the starters are a major pain to get in and out. Like they are hard to get in and out of them trucks. But that's usually what the problem is. I've been down that road, I'm going to say 5 or 6 times. And once, the last one was just before we left Florida with some friends of ours. They had the same problem, and they thought it was the ignition switch. And that's what everybody was telling them. I was like, no, it's the starter, I'm telling you. And replaced the starter, didn't have a, granted, it took us almost a half a day to do it on the lift. Now, granted, we're on a lift, and it still took us a half a day to do it. There's Eunice. What's happening? I see they make, whoa, that one flew right by me there. Hang on, Eunice. I see they make an adapter for a floor jack to lift and lower the transmission. Actually, I have that, Eunice. I actually have I built an adapter for my floor jack to do that. It's a big square plate. It's about like that, and the transmission pan sits down. I actually built that 4 other transmissions when I'm doing those, because, you know, in Florida I have my slab and everything like that. Plus I have if I have my lift, I've got an extension jack, a transmission jack that goes up like 5.5, almost 6 feet. I don't have my lift, but either way, I figured I would just set some plywood underneath there, and put that my floor jack underneath there. And then once I get the transfer case out, I can just slide it back and get to the flywheel. It gives you, I only got to go back about that far, just enough to get the impacts on there and take that off, and then be able to put the torque wrench on there. With flywheel bolts, they have a pattern that you have to bolt them down, and they have to be all torqued to a certain spec. So yeah, I got to go ahead and do that. But yeah, Eunice, I've got that. I've already built an adapter for that. I got my floor jack out there, so um, that's all good. I know, right, Wes? He don't miss a beat, man. Paul don't miss a beat. That's why I love him. There's Petty Jean. What's happening, my friend? Oh, let me scan back down here. I done missed a whole bunch. That thing flew by me on me. As long as it's not a Ram with a Hemi, because they have cam issues. They do. But here's one for you. So I've got, this is back right after I bought my truck. All right. So I got it bully dog. Right. I did miss that one, Paul. Thank you. And thank you for that. Fly over Urban Garden. How you doing? So anyway, this guy pulls up beside me, and now I've got my car hauler trailer beside me, or behind me. And this guy pulls up beside me in a brand new Ram, 4-wheel drive, 2500. And, it's got the Hemi in it. And he thought it was all that. So he's over there revving the motor. Like, you could tell he just got this thing off the lot. Still had the stickers and everything in the window. And he revved the motor. So I revved the motor a couple times, and we took off. I got him by a half a truck length. And we pulled into the gas station a few lights down. And he's like, good Lord, what is in that truck? He said, I bought this thing because I had a 6.0. And he said, and I bought this thing because I kept getting whooped all the time. Now, he's an older fella, don't get me wrong. He said, and here you are pulling a trailer and still got me by a half a truck. I said, well, to be fair, I said, I do have it super tuned and what have you. And he said, that's what the bully dog is for. I was like, yep. I said, and you can do that to that one too. And he said, I'm going to buy one tomorrow, or they're taking this thing back. Julia, how you feel? Oh, by the way, Julia, how are you feeling anyway? I meant to ask you that earlier. Having a hard time breathing. Later, Gary. I'll rewatch. Okay, baby girl, you be good. And I am constantly thinking about you, Julia. Woke up this morning thinking about you. So, man, get some air, baby. Tell them turn that air machine up for you. And tell somebody over there to give you a giant hug for me. I've had to have the top end of the Hemi. Yeah, and those Hemis have had issues. I mean, like, but it's only they're kind of few and far between, though. I mean, like yeah, I have heard so many people have having issues with them. You know how that goes. Built on a Friday or a Monday. Those are the ones that were the bad ones. And the other ones, all seem to be fine, because, like, I know I have friends that have had those Hemis, and you can't beat that motor. So, I mean, that's one of those things. You basically just got to look down through it and find out when the manufacturer's date on it. But then, it falls back to all trucks anymore, y'all. Look at David's brand new 250, and look at Tim's brand new 250. Tim's didn't even make it off the showroom floor before it broke. At least David has his a couple of months before it broke. Maybe EMS soon. Why do you mean EMS soon? Why? Just you by yourself? No way. Julia, you shouldn't be by yourself. Girl, just sit and listen. I'm gonna keep you talking. If you need to go and call somebody, then you call somebody. But yeah, get you some air. Angie's Creative Studio. What's happening, Angie, from Alma, Arkansas? Oh, you got the Commander. Oh, yeah. Now the Commanders, Hemis, I've heard lots of good things about those. Um, I don't know why. Daryl has a Hemi. He's got a Ram 4-wheel drive that's been really, really good to him. Of course, let that be exactly. Like even when Tim ordered that truck, I said, "Man, did they throw in the smart car?" And he's like, "What are you talking about, smart car?" And I was like, "Well, all them new F-250s, they all come with smart cars. So when you break down, you got to ride home." Paul, who's going commando? Doesn't everybody anymore? Underwear are overrated, y'all. Don't do it. Wes said 230,000 on it now. And there's another one. That's Silverado out there. That's got 390 some thousand miles on it. You know what I mean? And now I'm just breaking a flywheel. And chances are the flywheel probably broke because I didn't tighten all the bolts correctly. I had two of them that were loose. One I just barely put the wrench on and it broke, as you see in the video. The other one, I put the wrench on it and it was flopping around in there. So all Fords have heated tailgates. I don't care who you are. That right there is funny. uh, yeah, that's why the new Fords have heated tailgates, drink holders, steps for the back, so that you can sit there and wait on the tow truck with comfort. That's why they even put they put that power outlet back there, so you can put a fan out there and cool yourself off while you're waiting for the tow truck. uh, yeah, I know, and I was in a hurry, Neil, when I put that. You remember? I don't know if y'all remember, but any of you that watched when I was leaving Florida, I was in a hurry to put that transmission in there, and yeah, two bolts. I'm quite sure I missed those. So I guess I'm lucky I made it as far as I did. Um, but on the same note, live and learn. I should have taken a little more time to do that. Any other time, I would have used that and some Loctite. Yeah, but I didn't do it. Because that was at this point now the what third transmission I had gone through in that truck, trying to get it going. So yeah, there's my buddy Scott. What's happening, brother? At least one of us has a vehicle on the road right now, right? Why? What happened? Did your Ford go down too? Yeah. So I mean, like I said, there's a very good possibility I messed that up, and I was in a hurry and missed it. So there, you know, at least the transmission is brand new. I know there's nothing wrong with the transmission, and I'm grateful that the knocking is not coming from the bottom end of the engine. Because after it quieted down, after just sitting there letting it idle like that, after I shut the camera off, I started it back up. It rattled again like that, and I crawled underneath it, and nothing, no noise whatsoever out of that bottom end. It all sounded real good. He's rolling in his 5.0. uh, Light up cup holders, right? And the inverter in the back so you can cook supper, right? Yeah, because that's usually the case, Midnight Vlog. That's usually the case. You're gonna sit there and you got to have the fan. And you got to be able to cook because the tow truck gonna be a while. They're like, oh, it's a Ford. That's all right. He's hooked up. We'll be all right. Oh man. And yes, Tim and David. Yes, I'm ragging on y'all. um, that's funny. So yeah, I mean, like I said, it is what it is. I don't care. I mean, what's another few months to wait on it? I really don't want to take it apart. I did get it in the trailer today and found my torque wrench. So I've got it sitting in the other toolbox now. And I was going to start working on that trailer. But then after all the damage and everything, I thought, you know what? Let me just start rounding tools up and start getting them in the little toolbox and getting it going, and then maybe I can finish the dirt work back here, and maybe get the trailer over there closer. I don't know. I would really like to take that wall and make it a big extension out there in carport so I could drive through there, but see, make the USA Fords different to our Ford Thumper Fords in Great Britain. And Daryl, over there, I mean, Paul, over there, all over Europe, Fords are made different because, like, they have a even back in the '80s when I was over there, they have a little Ford car over there that was eating BMWs up left and right. Even the 525s and 720 series was eating them up left and right. And the little car was just fast and sweet. Now, granted, back then you didn't see Ford trucks on the road unless they were American. I owned one Ford, a F-150 92, and it had an inline six. That inline six. Surprising enough, that inline six was basically the same casting block as the Chevrolet inline-six. Torque out the tail. You couldn't beat them motors. You couldn't break them engines. But yeah, they were made by the same casting in the company. Made both the Ford Capri. That's right, Paul. Ford Capri. Yeah, that was eating them BMWs up and them 7 Series bad. But anyway, the 6-cylinder. Getting back to that, the 6-cylinder back then were cast from the same company. Steel blocks, steel cranks, real engines, torque out the tail, and you couldn't beat them motors. The Ford Escort MK2 was a great rally car. It really was, yeah. And a lot of people that had money, a lot of them, the rich kids over there, had the money. They had those. But the Capri over here, the Capri was junk. Over there, like when I came back from the States and I seen my first Ford Capri, I was like, what the hell is that? A little 4-cylinder junk. Well, over there in Germany, the Escort was a little bad boy. Over here, they were 4-cylinder junk. Eunice. Oh, Eunice. Oh, man. Y'all are so amazing. Thank you, Eunice. That is, oh my God. So thank you. Thank you very much. I am touched. I'm I'm a little beside myself. 10,500 pounds of short steel and it didn't hold it back. I know, right? Oh man, yeah, you couldn't beat them. Now Scott does have a really nice 2024 F-150. Now, really nice truck, but he doesn't put any miles on it either. So, who knows? Get out there and make that thing work, Scott, and then we'll see. Yeah, well, Daryl, yeah, that 390. That's kind of funny. I got a story to tell you about that, y'all. So back in my younger days when I was wild and stupid, a friend of mine had a 76 F-150 with a 390 big block. And we go out partying with a bunch of college girls. We're having ourselves a good old time. And needless to say, he got a little too tipsy to drive. Well, I was already way too tipsy to drive, so I'm riding. And I was a truck driver back then, so I had all these fireworks I just brought down from the Carolinas. So we make it all the way to the neighborhood. He turns off the main road and says, "Watch this! Hold my beer and watch this!" Stomps on the gas. Well, we get down the road like this, go to make the curve, realize we're not going to make the curve. He steps on the brakes, got one brake, right front wheel. And we slid through this guy's fence, took out about 40 feet of his fence, we've got now at this point, there's I think 4 highway patrol, 6 county sheriffs out there, a couple of a couple of city cops that aren't even in their jurisdiction out there. And guy says, a cop looks at me, and and of course I fall out of the truck at this point. One little rattle that we, because we done wedged the nose of this truck down in a tree, underneath the tree limb. He says, anything in that truck I need to worry about? And I said, no, sir. And about that time, he opened up the door, and here comes a bottle of liquor rolling out, my ice cup. He said, anything else in this truck I need to worry about? And I said, no, sir. And he said, and then he started pulling out handfuls of fireworks. I was like, oh, good Lord, we're going to jail. And he says, well, I'll tell you what, being that I know who y'all are and everything, he said, if you can get this truck out of this man's front yard in the next 30 minutes, I'm going to let y'all both go. Now, granted, my friend he doesn't have a driver's license at this point. Okay. No insurance, no registration with him because he had just bought the truck. I mean, we're talking about just bought the truck like the day before. And I went down to my buddy's house and got a wrecker. He come down there, pulled it out. We took it up to the house. We're only like 3 blocks from the house now, mind you. And pulls it out. So standing out there, and I thought sure this cop was fixing to write my friend a whole bunch of tickets because he's like, you're free to go. You can do whatever you want to. And I said, all right. I thought sure he was about to write him a whole bunch of tickets. And I went walking by the cop car, and all of a sudden the dog went off. He had a canine with him. The dog goes off and starts raising hell at me. I planted face first in the dirt, filled my whole bottom lip up with that black dirt. Looked like I was dipping. And the cops were so nice and let us go. I was like, good Lord. Camper is in the shop. Have to get all new canopy. Yeah, Tracy, I had a feeling that was coming. Okay, Eunice says, once the truck is back on the road, I have to come up and visit your land. Thank you, Eunice. If that truck is, I don't know how far you are from me, but that truck likes gas. Likes it a lot. But yes, I will figure out a way to make that happen. Right? Yeah. The fact that the cops were so cool about it. I mean, all of these cops out here, and they were all so cool, knowing that we had no business being on the road. And they were all just like, look, you're in the neighborhood. Take care of the guy's fence, And he was my neighbor, so he was like all cool with it. He said, Gumby, I know, you'll come down and fix it. He said, so I'm not stressing. And he said it was the other neighbor that called the cops. He said, I as soon as I heard your voice out there, I had a feeling that was you. So, oh, okay, Eunice, okay, yeah, I would definitely get up there. I got to come up there and see that. Yeah, that was definitely a whoopsie, but it was just too funny that, they were all very cool. Here we had all these fireworks that we brought in from out of state and everything. Astroglide, let's see, I changed my mind once. There's Big Wave. What's happening, man? I haven't seen or heard from you in a while. Been working your tail off down there, huh? Well, oh, y'all, I cannot believe it. It finally got down below 100. 5:45 in the evening and finally got down below 100. Man, it's 99.6, but it's below 100. I'll take it. So yeah, it was like I said, that was just a funny story with that big old big block 390, and that guy really didn't have a clue of what that big block had. A 300 million lotto. Guess what? I won. Oh, then where's my ticket at? Oh, you won $10. I don't care. You all right there, Jones? That there's funny. $10.10. And they probably took the 10 cents for the tax. Feels like 107, Bobby said. Yeah, it's yeah, feeling like one. Oh, well, right back up, almost 99, almost 100 now. Feels like let's see, 106.9. It's 75 in our trailer with the air on. So, man, it is 93 even inside where I'm sitting right now. I got this fan kicking at me. My thermometer's right here. AC over there, and fan over there. I still got to finish sealing off the back half of this, y'all, and I will get to that soon. Paul says that wasn't last week's letter. See, that's funny. Y'all have the English. Y'all make like your lotto pays you in change. Our lotto doesn't. Cops were cool when we were younger. Now teens have messed things up and get everyone detained and arrested. No, that's just cops get everyone detained and arrested just because they're on that power trip. I know I have a lot of friends that are cops, and they're, a lot of them are on that power trip. And I also have a lot of them that know that the rest of the cops are on that power trip and don't do that job for what the job is supposed to be for. It's just they have a good friend of mine is a cop in Florida. His name is Tony, and Tony has been a cop for 20 some years. And no, not big Italian Tony, but he told me a long time ago. He said most of the people that he works with, as far as the cops go, they all have little man syndrome, and that's why they do it. We got one of the Thunder Boomers here in Arkansas, 87. Where are you at? Where are you at? Oh, that's right. You're down south, aren't you? Wes is. Let me see what I got going on here. I'm not hearing any thunder. It's not even a cloud out there. It is that cooking. 87. Wow, you got the cool down right there. Man, y'all look at this. This is heat. See if I can get up here close enough. See all the red? That's heat warnings. That is just nutty. Oh yeah, I see him now down there, Wes. Getting just a little bitty tiny thunderstorm. I would take a little bit right now just oh, you only get taxed on major winnings? Yeah, same here. I mean, if it's less than, let's see, up to $500, you can claim at your local store and there's no tax. Anything over that, then yeah, they will get you. Through Malvern, Benton area. Oh, that's when you emailed me the other day? Oh, traveling to Benton, Melvin. Okay. Yeah, that's where I'm seeing it right now. Damn, Angie got a little bit of rain this afternoon. We ain't got nothing. This is bloody hot. Like the wind we're not even getting any wind. Like my flag is just sitting there. I see a couple of branches, couple of leaves moving, but that's about it. Even the leaves are out there going, hey, come on, somebody blow something over here. Damn, Paul, 58. See, that's just too cold. That's just too bloody cold. Summer, July, and it's 58 degrees. I mean, granted, Jonesy is supposed to be getting that. He's on the other side of the world, I get that. You're not supposed to be getting 58 degrees for a temp. We live in Alpine, close to DeGray Lake. DeGray Lake. I'm going to have to look that up. DeGray Lake. I'll have to look that up real quick, see where Alpine is. I don't even know where that's at. Florida, I know a lot of places. I don't know nothing around here yet. Alpine. It's not even giving me an Alpine, Arkansas. Alabama. Norrbotten, Sweden. It's nearly midnight. Oh, okay, well, all right. So what was your high today, Paul? That's what I'm curious about. What was your high for the day? And Wes, yeah, when I pull out the maps up here, it's not even giving me an Alpine, Arkansas. Uh, it was 91 here today, and they issued a heat advisory. I said, go to my home state of Texas and see what it really, right? Yeah, or here, 105, 106, yeah. Yeah, then start telling us about heat advisories. Oh, being us, they said they love Lake DeGray. Okay, let me want to try, see if I can pull that up. I'm searching for it on my weather app here. Lake DeGray. Oops. Yep, my phone is stupid. This is Lake Mississippi, U.S. All right, well, maybe I'll try a different app. Do I have maps? Yes, I have maps. Gotta be smarter than the toys I'm playing with. No, that ain't gonna happen. La Marita, California. Seems like I've been through there, Neil. Is that wine country? Close to it? I'm curious. Because that name just struck a bell right off the bat. Like I knew I've been there. Hey, Paul, that's the only good bull crap I got on short notice. I wasn't studying for this test. Oops, I can't even spell Alpine today. That's how cooked my brain is today. Yeah, it's not even giving me Alpine, Arkansas. And that was on maps. Okay, Wes, you got to hook me up here, bro. Hi from Ireland. You guys getting some heat over there. Mother Nature needs. Yeah, somebody give her about 10 chill pills. 5 Celsius, and we got a high of 12 today. Woo! Yeah. That's all, that's all right, Jonesy. You can rub it in. I don't mind because um, I know in a few months I'm going to be rubbing it in. uh, let's see. Lake DeGray is between Bismarck and Caddo Valley. Okay. Bismarck. All right. Let me try Bismarck and see if I can figure out where it's at. Because I know West had sent me a message one day and said, hey, come on through. I said, well, come on and stop by, man. I'd love to meet you. Bismarck. Hey, there we go. Bismarck, Arkansas. Wow. It actually pulled it up that time. The rest of the time, it was telling me, you lost your mind. You're not going to type. Clark County, Arkansas. Okay. 58 Fahrenheit is 14 Celsius. Yeah, so 5 Celsius is like 30 degrees or something, right? Pushing the army, right? Oh no, I couldn't lead the convoys in the army. Actually, I drove truck for years over the road before we had GPS, all that kind of stuff. I had atlases and maps, and I didn't I only got lost one time, and that was only because I was about half awake running Savannah, Georgia to Washington up there, Washington State, and yeah, the sad part about it is I got on 40, and instead of cutting upwards, I ended up like all the way over here. Shoot, I think I don't know, I was like 2 hours out of the way before I realized where I was at. And it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. I was like, oh, good Lord. Races and arms on the camp Ross. Yeah, they need to, because those you got pretty good. Judy said that's way over our way. Cool. All right. Next to the South Pole, right? Hawaii's nowhere near the South Pole. Jonesy, even I know more than that one. Tasmania, Tasmania gives a whole new meaning to down under. That's like our Canada up here. 5-minute warning. I will not do it. Don't be telling me what to do. So did y'all like that? Did anybody see that short today? I just thought that was too funny. So I got all that wall cleaned out today. And I'll show you that in the other video, in the next video, where how much dirt work is done back there, y'all. It's like right. So how much dirt work is back there? Because I don't know if y'all, any of y'all, remember what the shop looked like back there with all them trees piled up, and and that big mud hole back there and all that kind of stuff. It looks nothing like that now, and it's really looking that good back there. Kindness, howdy, howdy. Kathy B, it's looking good on your land. Keep it going. You and Mary making the property look amazing. Thank you. Yeah, we're getting there. Slowly but surely, kicking that tail back there. Having the beast back on the road, though, will make a huge difference in my world. Just being able to haul stuff and move stuff around out here. Like, I mean, y'all don't understand. Even to move trailers around here, I have to use tow truck. And like the big trailer, I can't move it around without hooking it up to Bertha. And so just having a truck around here to even just haul stuff around the property without having to fire up, that big tractor. I will, Daryl. Thank you. You too. Give everybody some love for me down there, man. I sure wish you could come out here and see this. There's Cassie's Kitchen Creations. Was cooking and listening. Thank you, Cassie. I appreciate that. So yeah, we're getting there, y'all. We got about 3 more minutes. Yeah, tell Jackie, give Jackie some big hugs. It is nice, Jonesy. Arkansas is nice. Like this year, it's just like, I swear that this year we've gotten the most rain they have ever seen. We've gotten the most snow they have ever seen. And now we're getting the hottest temps they've ever seen. So it's like, okay, Mother Nature is just going, Chunk the Gyms, we're going to challenge you. You want to move to Arkansas? Let's see what kind of going edge you got over there, Paulie. Yeah, it is mighty, Kathy. It really is hot everywhere, though. Like even my daughter in Michigan was telling me they're getting some crazy heat up there, and that usually doesn't get that way up there. So I get it. All right, so we got 2 minutes left. We are gonna get out of here. I think we're gonna call this about a minute early. Thank you all so very much for everything. I appreciate you every week. Paul, if you can't keep it between the ditches, at least put your nose in the stitches, if you know what I'm talking about. But Tasmania is better. Win that big lottery, Jonesy, and prove it. Prove it. I may come down there and just stay. At least you won't be stuck in snow. I agree. There's the Waltons. What's happening, Miss Judy? Kindness. So, all right, y'all flying by me. Nancy P, good night. Cat, take care. Hit the thumbs up on the way out. That's right. Thank you all so very much. I really appreciate y'all being here. We're going to call it a night. Big love to everybody. And wow, I can't believe my flywheel is going to come. So this is awesome. I'm going to get my truck going soon. All right. So we'll see y'all soon. Love you guys. He said, shut up and end the stream already. You're talking too long. You've been here 4 hours. Hit the right button.